Hey folks, been a windy day across the valley today. Just this last hour, wind gusts are still between 25 and 30 miles per hour across much of the valley out of the south and southeast. That wind's going to really get going tomorrow. Let's look. Let's go hour by hour. We'll start this evening. Again, the wind out of the southeast. We're in the blues and yellows right now, which is up in here. By 3 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night when it's usually calm and nothing's going on, we're still going to have winds of 25 to 30, 31 miles an hour. That's 3 a.m. tomorrow. And then it gets going. Here we are at 7 a.m. You're looking at 35 or so across a lot of the valley, gusty along the coast as well. And by midday, 11 a.m., 29, 30, 29, 36. It's going to be very windy out of the southeast all day long. That has prompted the wind advisory that we showed you earlier in the newscast. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 41 mile per hour in Raymondville, 27 McAllen. Finally, about 6 o'clock, you're still looking at winds close to 40, so it's all day long. 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., that is the wind advisory for tomorrow. Looks like the strongest gust will probably be in the coastal counties, close to 50 miles an hour. Inland and Hidalgo County, probably in the mid-40s, and you get back here to Starr County, wind gusts probably 25 to 30. Then tomorrow night, the cool front comes through. Could trigger a shower, thunder shower, and we're windy briefly early in the morning on Saturday behind the front, but then the wind's coming from the northwest. By the time we get to lunchtime, the wind starts to die down, and by the end of the day, Saturday, 7, 8 miles an hour. Should be a nice evening across the area. But you can see the winds going to be very gusty all day tomorrow, and even behind the front, still pretty breezy. Now, temperature-wise tonight, only in the upper 60s. That's it. Partly cloudy skies, still a little windy tonight, but then tomorrow, windy in all caps because southeast winds 20 to 35, gusts to 45 to 50. Temperatures are going to be very warm. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 90 in the west. Most places in the 80s, about 78 at the island. The normal high for this time of year, 70. Look at that. Tomorrow, 15 degrees above normal, within 3 of the record. Again, some places probably will touch 90. And then we come a little bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday, but still very comfortable. A lot of clouds out there now, really giving us those interesting sunsets from our Sky 5 cameras in the valley. Now let's watch Future Track. It says we should see patchy clouds overnight. Tomorrow, very windy, a mix of clouds and sunshine. And then late in the day tomorrow, that cool front makes its way into the region. Notice by 9 o'clock, it's here, not triggering much in the way of rain. I think most of the rain, maybe not all, but most will be north of us. But see, Future Track by 11 o'clock says we will see a few showers on the very southern end of that line. The other end of that line, there's going to be severe weather. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour. But by 3 a.m., it's all out of here. And by the time we get to daylight hours on Saturday, it's just partly to mostly sunny and cooler in the 70s rather than the 80s. And Sunday looks like another nice day as well. Maybe a few clouds sneaking back in. Our only rain chance is tomorrow night, about 40%, probably a little higher near the coast, a little lower inland, but an average of about 40%. And then Saturday and Sunday should be dry across the area. Messy weather map tonight. The bottom line, though, is a front ultimately moves into South Texas. That front comes into the valley tomorrow night, could trigger a shower thunderstorm, will trigger severe weather up to the north, and then dry weather builds in behind that. If you're headed to the coast, some stuff you should know. A gale warning for tomorrow. Also a high risk of rip currents, extreme chop on the bay. Not a good day to be out in a little boat tomorrow because of the strong winds. So for tonight, 68 for a low. Mainly cloudy, breezy, mild. Southeast winds 10 to 20. Tomorrow, 20 to 35 mile an hour winds, gust to 50. Partly cloudy skies, a high wind advisory in effect for the daytime hours tomorrow. We do get a little bit cooler over the weekend, but not a lot. Nighttime lows are chilly. Next week we warm it back up, and right now it looks like no major fronts. No big rain chance through the next several days. That's your updated First Warn 5 forecast. Now, speaking of windy, let's go out to Joel Villanueva in Edinburgh. Joel.